This morning for you on Daybreak, the governor lays out his plans to reopen Missouri. We have some details as far as churches are concerned coming up.
And we've learned that 2 cats in New York tested positive for COVID-19. Nigel McDonald will share with us some tips on how to keep your pets safe through all of this.
Also later on today, the NTSB will release its findings about what led that duck boat to sink from 2 years ago on Table Rock Lake. That's all ahead this morning for you on Daybreak.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us. It's Tuesday, April 28th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Morano, as we have a lot to get to. That duck boat hearing from the NTSB, or press conference rather, will be after Daybreak at 8:30 later today, but we'll have a preview of what to expect.
Yes, we will be streaming that for you too, beginning at 8:30. Meteorologist Elisa Rafa joins us this morning. We know you're tracking some weather later on. I could not get Jax to come in from outside this morning, but you're saying it's okay for several hours still.
Yeah, I think we'll have a nice day. If you wanted to have lunch outside, you probably could. You know, we'll have temperatures in the 70s with sunshine. It's after that will start to fuel some stronger storms.
Okay, and then how are we waking up right now? Pretty warm too?
Yeah, not bad. Temperatures are in the upper 50s and lower 60s. We've got some clouds out there this morning. It's pretty quiet and mild. 58 degrees right now in Springfield with a few clouds and some southerly winds. We've got some clouds out there this morning. The showers from yesterday have cleared to the east. It's 58 degrees in West Plains, 58 in Monette, and 61 degrees to start in Harrison. So again, we'll have a mostly dry day today. There's probably not much that's going to happen until after 3 or 4 o'clock. So by the evening commute is when we'll find some showers and thunderstorms rolling in. If you're waiting for a package, it'll be mostly dry today, but those rain chances do increase later on. So you'll want to make sure you take your packages in today because we'll have some gusty winds when that front comes through. So here's our severe risk. A moderate risk was added back in eastern Oklahoma. We still have that enhanced risk in Springfield and areas back to the south and west, and then a slight risk up to the north and east. The difference in each of these levels is number and intensity of storms. So we've got a lot to break down for you as far as timing and threats goes. So details on that, plus a cooler day tomorrow and a warm end to the week. Your full forecast is up in 10 minutes.
We are only about 2 hours away from learning what officially caused Stretch Duck 7 to sink on Table Rock Lake. Investigators have been collecting evidence for more than a year and a half when 17 people tragically lost their lives in 2018. The NTSB will hold a virtual meeting this morning at 8:30. Board members will vote to approve a probable cause. We will be live streaming the NTSB meeting on our website. Now, many of the documents used in the investigation have now been posted online. There are over 3,000 pages. Everything from witness interviews, including one from the surviving captain, to 911 transcripts and meteorological reports, as well as architecture analysis. Audio and video recordings were captured on board, but they are not available right now.
The governor's plan to reopen Missouri allows for churches to gather with some restrictions. During current stay-at-home orders, many have been streaming online. In fact, the venue's Associate Pastor Ben Stringer says going online has added some new challenges that have helped many during this time, including meditations and even bedtime stories. But it hasn't been without its struggles of not meeting in person and getting a human connection. Pastor Ben Stringer says they're excited to gather in person, but they likely won't through the end of May because of those social distancing requirements.
Even though we're being told that we can gather, the way that this is being done in phases means we still have to be socially distant. And personally, and I think as we've discussed as a staff, it doesn't seem realistic to expect hundreds of people to come together in an auditorium and in a building where the purpose is literally to congregate and ask everyone to remain 6 feet apart at all times.
Now, it's important to note that cities can make more strict guidelines when it comes to reopening the state. The city of Springfield is expected to give an update on its restrictions on Wednesday.
And now an update from Color 10 News on the coronavirus.
Here's the latest numbers for you. In Missouri, there are 7,171 cases of coronavirus and 288 deaths. Missouri does not keep track of the number of recoveries. In Greene County, we have 18 active cases, 67 recoveries, and 8 deaths. In Arkansas, there are 3,069 cases with A recorded number of 1,053 recoveries and 51 deaths down in Arkansas.
Goodwill Industries has been selected as the site for Arkansas's only PPE decontamination program. FEMA provided 60 units to decontaminate N95 masks, and one of those units is now at Goodwill Industries of Arkansas. The system uses a peroxide gas to sanitize the masks, allowing them to be worn multiple times. They're capable of processing 80,000 masks a day.
Decontaminated 20 times. So without compromising their effectivity. So the masks can be shipped here, processed, and then shipped back to the hospital that sent them here.
The program will help ease the shortage of PPE at Arkansas hospitals, and the system should be operational by the end of this week.
The CDC is out with new guidelines for pet owners after 2 cats from different parts of New York tested positive for COVID-19. Color 10's Nyjah McDonald joins us this morning. And Nyjah, health officials continue to remind us we can't necessarily get the virus from our pets, but there are new ways to protect our furry friends, right?
Well, good morning, Lauren. Yes, according to the CDC and other public health officials, there is no evidence at this time that pets play a role in spreading the virus. Still, they are encouraging you to treat your pets as you would any other family member to prevent infection.
The CDC is asking pet owners to take extra precautions if you're sick, especially if someone in your house is showing signs of an upper respiratory illness. This reminder comes after 2 cats in New York tested positive for COVID-19 late last week.
He didn't have the disease, but he had been exposed, let's put it that way. And then his cat picked it up and tested positive for SARS or COVID-19. The second case, the individual actually was an active COVID patient, and so you can see that was transmitted to that kitty.
Dr. Brown says this information is meant to inform, not frighten pet owners.
You want to still do your due diligence, and if your cats are in the house, the chances of them being exposed are a lot less.
Brown says there will be no general testing of animals at this time unless they've met certain criteria.
They have a respiratory problem, sneeze, cough, what have you, but the veterinarian has tested for other commonalities that might cause the disease,
including things like feline leukemia and an upper respiratory virus. Brown says both of these sicknesses are routinely found in cats.
It doesn't mean that every cat that has a runny nose has it. Don't fall into that prey.
Brown encourages keeping your cats indoors if possible.
Maybe shut the kitty door and keep them in the garage for a while, because we don't know who's coming in contact with them.
He says to seek advice from a medical expert or a trusted source like the CDC or Missouri Veterinarian Medical Association.
Well, the CDC says do not let your pets interact with people or other animals outside of your household. Avoid dog parks for now. Instead, practice walking your pet on a leash, keeping your social distance at all times.
Thank you, Nyjah. We're starting out with some dry roads out there this morning. Clouds and temperatures not that bad in the 50s and 60s. Now, by the afternoon, we're looking at a line of strong and severe storms coming in. We've got lots of details on timing and threats to talk about. We'll do that next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.